I think I'm out, D.
I feel you.
I genuinely think I'm out. Have had that conversation with my kids, um, two college juniors, and the other one a high school junior this year. So if all goes well and graduation hits when graduation is supposed to hit, um, they would be graduating the same year. And
Right.
the youngest one, I've told him, he's with me, but I've told him, you know, I get you when I get you in school, dad may be out, um, doing something different. And it goes back to something, really critical that Craig said in that episode. Why not?
Hey guys, welcome to the Soul of a Man podcast. It is your boy DB. I am here with my brother, my wonder twin, Chill. Chill,
What's up,
what's good, brother?
man? I ain't got it, brother. How you doing?
Man, if I had your hand, I'd throw mine in.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh
No,
man.
you wouldn't. I promise you wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I feel you, brother. How's everything?
Oh man, it's I would say fine, but that's the comment that we use too often. Um, Life is lifing.
No, I get it, man. Well,
Yeah,
since we're there, I guess we're it's just the two of us tonight, man.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes we do that. Sometimes it's not as easy to find as a guest as we'd like.
yeah,
And sometimes it just needs to be the two of us.
yeah,
And that's just kind of how it is. And tonight is sort of one of those nights.
yeah,
Um, I will tell you, we have a couple of upcoming shows where we will have guests in the next couple of weeks
yeah,
that are on the docket that are really good, and the guests should be really good as well.
yeah,
We have some additional news that we won't share tonight as it relates to something that we're going to be doing during homecoming.
yeah,
Uh, we'll keep that under wraps until further notice, but that's an exciting opportunity. Uh, should be a lot of fun, and
yeah,
your boys are going to be outside.
yeah.
We outside.
We outside, truly
Yeah.
outside. Yeah.
So before I jump off the porch, because I'm going to jump off this porch early,
Okay.
uh, I want to find out how you coming in tonight, man. I know you started down the road, but how you coming in on a scale of, I guess, 1 to 5, and 5 being great and 1 being not so good.
I'm when I think about everything at play and truly how blessed I am, and have to take the blessings into account.
Hmm.
Uh I'm gonna say a good 3.5,
Okay.
three, 3.5. Um, and that's being conscious of just how much God is blessing in the midst of life.
I got you.
Yeah.
No,
How about you?
yeah, man. So I'm gonna share a quote with you before I answer that question, man, because it's kind of timely. When you said, "In spite of being in the midst of while God is, I mean, in the midst of while life is life," and
Mm-hmm.
um, I heard my pastor, and I got to give him credit for this. He said that we should never forecast our future while we're in the midst of a storm,
Mm,
of a present storm.
mm,
And it took me a minute, man. I thought about it. I was like, yo, if you're forecasting your future while you're in the midst of a present storm, all you can see is yourself in that storm. You really
Yeah.
can't see anything beyond that,
Yeah.
really beyond the eye of that storm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, man, I try not to do that while I'm in a storm. Um, I just try to keep telling myself that this too will pass, as those that came before it did.
Right. Right.
That said, man, I'm probably coming in tonight 4. Yeah, I would say a solid 4.
Okay.
Um, things could always be better.
Yeah.
Could always have more money in my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but when I look at it holistically, the things that really matter,
Right.
kids healthy,
Yep.
uh, marriage going great, knock
Yeah.
on wood.
Yep.
My wife hadn't put me out yet. Um, and so, family's healthy.
Right.
Um, the other stuff can come and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things are going well for me,
Right.
and I'm grateful and thankful. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm going to take it for what it's worth, and the other stuff will work its way out,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
one way or the other. Is how I'm riding.
In this ripe young age of 60, I've realized too, there are people in this world that would cut off their right and left arm for the problems that I have.
Yeah,
Um, to to be in the situations that I'm in, even though they're bringing their challenges, uh, they are still, in more cases than not, blessings in some way or another. But I refrained from using "fine" when you asked, and just trying to be completely transparent in what the feeling is, because that kind of pushes back to even part of why we started this whole podcast in the first place.
yep,
All of the conversations that we've had over 40 years, and they got deeper, in some cases more complex, wiser, as we aged and progressed. But even with that additional wisdom, additional age, experience, uh, exposure, and all of the rest of it, just as Black men, we're still at times, more times than not, carrying things that we don't share.
yeah,
And one of the blessings that's come out of us doing this podcast for me has been to have people say, I'm grateful for all's transparency.
yep,
I'm grateful for it, because I just don't hear anybody else expressing, hey, this is right where I am. This is right where I am. Not knowing that so many other people are in the same space, same mindset,
man. I'm sitting here bugging out. So I don't know if you could see it, but the logo's behind me, right?
Mhm.
And that's intentional. Well, let me back up. It's intentional from a branding standpoint. But if you pay close attention, for those of you who are watching tonight or will watch this at a later date, our logo has built into it a brick wall.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you could see that brick wall behind me.
Yeah.
Um, I heard someone say that a successful person is someone who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others are throwing at him.
Wow. Wow.
And it literally just dawned on me
Right.
that, bruh, what we're doing is we're building this firm foundation. We're steady getting bricks thrown at us,
Yeah.
through life. That's just part of it.
Yeah.
But I think if we keep stacking those bricks, keep building that foundation, we're going to leave a mark uh, in our families, in our community, amongst our peer group, you name it.
Yeah.
And so when I look at this logo, and this is honest to God, first time I've known those were bricks,
Right.
but I had no correlation to that quote or any of that. And then maybe I'm like, it's just a brick wall with our logo on it. It's like, a logo is hanging.
Yeah.
But no, I think it has more meaning than that.
I like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, man, I would say as they keep tossing the bricks, keep landing.
Yeah.
And eventually the fence or perimeter will be high enough that the bricks will no longer make it over and the haters can't get through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and I'll leave it there before I start saying some other things. Yeah. So, man, that's that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jump off the porch yet, but I'm itching to.
Okay.
Let's talk about Craig and Tiffany Ridley, man. Our last episode, our Aggie friends in Paris.
Yeah. I've just been kind of grinned and smiled my whole way through that episode. Again, friends, family that I've known. They're younger than us, but as we found over the years, our A&T friends, the generations at a point just blend. So 80s and 90s Aggies is something special, real special. And they're in that late 80s, early 90s realm, more early 90s than us. But I have been not totally surprised, but somewhat surprised at the response, as is the case with a lot of our shows. They're on the night it was aired were not a lot of people on the stream, but the response after and the number of people who have gone on to watch and rewatch that episode, it has shocked me a bit that we thought it was going to be interest in it, but that it's as much interest as it was. And they put it down, man. They were just transparent, and hey, this thing was more than a notion to pick up and decide, hey, yeah, we gonna move to Paris.
Yeah.
It didn't happen overnight, and to hear the different aspects of it that they went through to get there, they put it down. But a favorite of recent episodes.
Yeah, man. I think anytime anyone decides to make a bold move like that, I'm always intrigued. Number one, how you came to the conclusion of making the move. Number two, how you decided where you wanted to land. Number three, just the entire process of going through it to get there.
Yeah.
Because you certainly have to do a fair amount of planning in order to pull it off successfully.
Right.
And especially moving to most countries. There's some that are certainly easier than others.
Yeah.
I have a friend, you're a frat brother, who moved, I think last February, to Malaga, Spain.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he talked about it to me for a couple of years prior to making the move.
Right.
And then he kind of, handled his business, got his home straight, has a son who's in his 30s. He was straight.
Yeah.
And my guy decided to make that move, man. And I see now him posting, and we text back and forth or WhatsApp back and forth.
Yeah.
And he's always posting, new things he's doing over in Spain and some other parts of Europe.
Yeah.
And I have this one little jealous bone in my body, and it's not out of envy or any of that. It's just like, man, you did the thing, and I give you nothing but props for doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and you said you were going to do it, and,
Right.
and you planned, and you worked your plan, and you brought it to fruition, and
Right.
now he's reaping the fruits.
Full benefits of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know if and when he'll be back in the States permanently.
Yeah.
We've talked
Yeah.
about it, but I don't see him in any hurry to get back.
Right. Right.
And why should he?
Right.
Um, I
Especially right now.
I suspect he'll be gone until this current administration is no longer in office, and we're hoping that will be over the next 3 years. And
We hope.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're hoping, and that's another story maybe for later on tonight. Uh, so yeah, man. Again, man, with Craig and Tiffany, just a really dope couple. Um, as it relates to relationship, is this black excellence at its best,
Yeah.
black love,
Yeah.
and I can't imagine doing having the opportunity to do something like that with anybody other than your spouse if you're married.
Yeah.
Obviously, my boy JB, he's not married,
Yeah.
so he can kind of have a really good time over in Europe if he wants to,
Right. Right.
in a different light, in a different
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
certainly doing that with your significant other, your spouse,
Yeah.
has got to be really, really, really cool.
Yeah. You've got to be really connected
Hmm.
for two people to say, "Hey, we're gonna do this together. Us against the world in Europe,
Yeah,
or us against the world in Africa, or us
right.
against the world wherever."
Because what I will tell you, if you're having BS in the United States amongst each other as a couple, all you're doing is you just bought BS a passport and a plane ticket to go with you. So you definitely have to have a solid relationship
Yeah.
to make that move, because I can imagine it's a bit nerve wracking at the same time. So you want to not just love the person you're with, but you want to like them and also be in a really good, strong relationship as some things are falling down around you trying to make this move.
Yeah. I think I'm out, D.
I feel you.
I genuinely think I'm out. Have had that conversation with my kids, um, two college juniors, and the other one a high school junior this year. So if all goes well and graduation hits when graduation is supposed to hit, they would be graduating the same year. And
Right.
the youngest one, I've told him, he's with me, but I've told him, you know, when I get you in school, dad may be out, um, doing something different. And it goes back to something, really critical that Craig said in that episode. Why not?
Yeah.
You got one shot at this, and uh, was talking about it, was looking into it before the current administration, but we have lost our minds at
Yeah.
this point. We have completely and totally gone off into bizarro world somewhere. I mean, we gone. It's crazy, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But we're in really crazy times, and but that wasn't what ignited the interest earlier on. But I think I'm out. And again, looking back at those two, as a single person, you go and have fun, or it would take a really special person to pick up their lives and say, "Hey, I'm with you. let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Hey, ladies, y'all hear this? He's open to that special person who's willing to take that journey.
It takes a different kind of mindset. It takes a different kind of mind. I could go tomorrow
That's what's
and
up.
wouldn't blink an eye. And and some of that is previous exposure.
Yep.
You and I have had that conversation. I could go tomorrow. My situation is different. Kids are about at that age, to be somewhat on their own. And two parents that are deceased.
Yeah.
So there's some freedoms there. Would give anything to have them here.
Absolutely.
But there's some freedoms there that come with that, where at the age we are, a lot of people are have the responsibility of caring for and taking care of sick parents too.
Yeah.
So, those roles reverse. Parents become the kids and kids become the parents. So that's not a barrier for me at this point. And I could go, bro.
Man, it's interesting that you say that. My wife and I literally have talked about this, and I'm like, we have 2 young kids.
Yeah.
But one thing I do know is there are American schools in almost
Everywhere.
every country. I mean, literally everywhere.
Yeah.
I think, and you just nailed it, the only thing that's keeping us from saying, you know what, let's take our little ones and go explore the world and either homeschool them or let them take some online modules, because they have those now.
Yeah.
That are fully accredited and everything.
Right.
Would be our parents. That's the only thing that's stopping us.
Yeah.
My mom and her mom would probably both have an absolute meltdown if we decided to take the grandkids and move elsewhere.
Right.
The one thing we have considered, and certainly not doing it on a full-time basis, but my wife and I went to Thailand about 5 years ago for our 5-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And fell in love with it. And you've heard me say it, and we've watched enough YouTube videos on people who've made that move.
Right.
Man, we could literally live in Thailand for $600 a month in terms of lodging and the utilities that come along with it.
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, well, why don't we just loc up for the summers?
Yeah.
And rent a place for 3 to 6 months or whatever, come back when school starts.
Yep.
I don't need to be here full time.
Right.
And again, the only thing that's stopping us, because there are plenty of people who I do see move with small kids.
Yeah.
Especially people of color now.
Right.
The only thing stopping are the parents.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just par for the course.
Right.
Certainly not wishing any time away from them. I want to be here as long as God sees fit.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll do this. But man, my son again asked me today about Japan. He has been fixated on Japan.
Right.
We won't move to Japan because Japan is a bit more costly.
Quite. Yeah.
In most places. And he asked me that I'd been to Japan. I said, yeah, I've been there twice.
Right.
And then of course he asked me about sushi and all the typical stuff that an 8-year-old could think about. I'm like, wait, bro, it's way more than sushi and anime and things of that nature. But at least I got to give them that experience early on.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it could be in the cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the cool thing is I got a missus who seems to be down.
That's special.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So man, no, but again, thanks to Craig and Tiffany for doing that episode for us. Thanks for kind of creating a blueprint for others to do it. As a matter of fact, when I went back and looked at some of the comments from the episode on YouTube, it was literally a couple people said, "Hey, I've been out of the country for 20 years now."
Yeah.
A couple people said, "Hey, I'm looking to make this move over the next year or two."
Right.
So it's popping, and I certainly believe it will be expedited the more and more this country continues to go into twilight zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just kind of what it is.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right, man. So we are 25 minutes into this, and I've been threatening to jump off the porch,
Jump.
and
Let's
I'm
go.
jumping. Your alma mater,
Yeah.
the illustrious
The illustrious.
North Carolina A&T State University.
Yeah.
A lot of great things still going on. Still the largest HBCU in the country.
52,000 applications this year.
Yeah, almost 15,000 enrolled. Building new housing.
Yeah.
Could use a lot more than what they're actually building. Upgraded existing housing.
Right. $30 million worth.
$30 million worth.
Yeah.
Autonomous vehicles driving around campus, robots delivering food to kids, which is amazing. Just take it back. We've had people run for president. We've sent people to outer space. But we still have yet to figure out how to get a simple ticket purchase made for the same time, for the same event, around the same time, every year. This is 99.
Annual event.
Yes, this is number 99.
Yeah.
And we don't have that right
Figured
yet.
out. Yeah.
We are first known as an engineering school.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very good just tech program all the way around.
Yeah.
Again, autonomous vehicles, robots delivering food.
Mm-hmm.
There's some thought that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
There's some smarts that go into that.
Yeah.
Please help me understand why yet again. And I don't know that it was I think it was worse this year.
I think it was worse this year.
So that's the ticket side. And I haven't even gotten on the lodging side yet, because that's the one that's pissing me off right now.
Right.
Because I got my tickets.
Right.
You did not. After thinking you did.
You
had tickets. Come to find out you didn't.
Well, you jumped off the damn porch.
Yes.
And I didn't know that was where you were going.
That's bruh. And I don't want to drag my university, but come on. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So 60 years old, grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
Came back here in part to be close to this because it was so important. And to me, my parents are alum, late parents are alum, brothers and alum, cousins, uncles, you name it.
Yep.
And so, again, at this age and just getting regrounded here in my hometown, that my father refused to leave after my mother graduated from Bennett. She wanted to leave, and he refused to leave and told her, "I will never live more than 1.5 miles away from that campus that made me everything I am."
Wow.
So that's how we got to Greensboro and stayed in Greensboro. Came back, and again, a part of this, but in my childhood, homecoming was bigger than Christmas. It was just, that's what it was. And everybody in our family, extended family in North Carolina, ended up in my mom and dad's house post game for dinner. And, but they were here on Friday to be up at about 5 o'clock in the morning to get a place on the parade site.
Yeah.
It was bigger than Christmas. So we didn't, to teachers' salaries, we didn't holiday during the summers. We didn't vacation during the summers.
So there was no Jet 2 holiday?
No, there was not.
No Jet 2 holiday.
No, there was not. But instead, during the fall, my father would throw us in the back of the station wagon and we would drive anywhere from Maryland Eastern Shore to Tallahassee on a weekend following Aggie football.
Wow.
He went to A&T football practice for 40 plus years.
Wow.
Every day. So when he passed, Coach Bill Hayes, I'll never forget it. I was doing okay during the service, and I started seeing these big guys come in. Church was packed, and they're lining the walls of Providence Baptist Church. And come to find out, it's the A&T football team. And Coach Hayes felt so much about my father and his support of the program that he brought the whole team to his homegoing service. And presented my mom a football that all the players had signed, whole nine. So this thing is deep rooted. Aggie football is deep rooted. So I get season books for me and 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I do what the university asked me to do to join the Aggie Athletic Foundation.
Hold on, let's stop. Season books for you and 3 kids. That's a grip within itself.
$800+.
There you go. Let's go.
So I'm 2 miles away from the campus where I live, closer now, and was making the decision, do I just go to the box office and buy the tickets, or do I do it online? I get online that night and I see the what are they called? The books, season books for reserved seats are flying off the page. And I'm like, I've got to do it online. And so I make the purchase for these books and get an immediate email receipt that says your tickets have been processed. Your transaction has been processed. I'm busy. I know the money is in the bank. I know that the card used is good. I'm watching the clock because you've got a limited amount of time to do it. I'm watching
10 minutes, I think,
to make sure I'm within that time frame. And I get this thing that says your ticket get this email that says your ticket transaction has been processed. Maybe a bad assumption on my part, but I took that as a receipt. And I didn't think about it again. I was off to lifing in the next direction. That was in June. August, when the tickets were available, I had paid what I thought an additional fee to have them mailed to me. But I said, hey, I haven't got my tickets. Let me just go by the ticket office and pick them up, and get there. And it starts taking too long. And I'm like, what the hell? And the young man comes out and said, Mr. Humphrey, we don't have any tickets for you. And I'm like, you got to be kidding. You got to be kidding me. I bought these in June when they went on sale, and I got a receipt that said that your transaction has been processed. Go get the manager. I need to talk to somebody else. Goes get the manager. Manager comes out, shows me the second email that they sent about 30 minutes later, titled the same way, your transaction has been processed. And then he showed me down at the bottom of that email, which I haven't even seen. I didn't think about it.
Right.
Transaction reversed. And I said, young man, you got to explain to me why. You could have timed out. No, sir. No, I was looking at the clock. It didn't time out. No, sir.
And if you timed out, then you shouldn't have gotten a response saying
That it has been processed.
Processed.
Right. So I said, dude, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I did what I was supposed to do here. Aggie Athletic Foundation said join. I joined. Been joined.
$18.91 a month.
Pay them monthly. pay them monthly for the right to get these tickets early.
Yep.
Did that. Did what they asked me to do. Went a step further. Joined the Board of Visitors. Was asked to join the Board of Visitors and accepted, and have done that for 2 years. Basically as an ambassador for the university. I field more phone calls than people could imagine. Yo, Hump, what's going on with XYZ? Yo, Chill, what's going on with this, that, and this, and the other? And I'm always waving the banner of the university.
Of course.
That's a substantial financial contribution.
Mm-hmm.
Took it a step further with the love that my parents have for the university. Established an endowed scholarship in their names. Substantial, $25,000, substantial financial contribution to do so back to the university. And granted, there are people who are doing much, much, much more than that. But all of that to say, doing my part. And in the one thing that brings me exorbitant joy, because it ties me back to my dad, ties me back to my mom, and all the enjoyment that they had following this organization, winning or losing, don't care, to be in the mix.
Yep.
I don't have a single ticket for a single game for me or my kids. The rage that I had initially, I was literally ready to get off of the Board of Visitors, cut out all contributions, say F the university, get your shit together. What's good, soulmates? This is your boy Chill from the Soul of a Man podcast. And we thank you for tuning in and hope that you are enjoying tonight's episode. But right now, we need your help. We need for you to like the episode. We need for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Soul of a Man podcast. And we need for you to share our content with your family and friends. It's the only way that we can continue to grow this vital and important platform. Thus far, the support has been immeasurable, and we're grateful. So from our souls to yours, we thank you. Now let's get back to the episode. You name it, I went through the range of it. And my kid had an open house for his high school that night, went to the open house, held it together, and got home and broke down, completely broke down. And the only saving grace is that my kid was there saying, Dad, you didn't cause this. You didn't mess this up. And we talked a little bit earlier, D, about aging and maturing and faith and the rest of it. And I literally got on my knees and said, Lord, I don't understand. This is the little slither of joy, a reprieve from this mad, mean world is about 4 hours each Saturday afternoon over in Aggie Stadium. Just with family, just enjoying cutting up, eating some fish, some chicken, some drinks, and just enjoying life
Yep.
for a couple of hours before you turn around on Monday and get back at it. And when I got off my knees and said, Father, your will be done, I could have gone and gotten other tickets and said, for some reason, this was not supposed to happen for me this year. And I didn't pursue any other tickets. For some reason, I was not supposed to be there. And my kids are okay with it because they know dad tried. But all that said, in all of the good that our HBCUs are doing, there's still a lot of room for improvement in a lot of areas. And we've got to do better.
Infrastructure, and in particular, internet service, because where most HBCUs are placed, internet service is not the greatest. If you think about the number of kids on campus, or at least funneling on and off campus, between schoolwork, streaming, gaming. I mean, hell, when we're on campus, it's hard to get a phone signal. During homecoming or a central game or wherever. So that's some things that they have got to get fixed, man. Because I've heard of kids saying that they couldn't even finish their homework because the internet would go down because everybody's just on around the same time. So
you're on a college campus, so they're gonna be on at the same time. But when your monarchy, when your calling card, your brand is STEM, get your shit together. When your brand is STEM and agriculture, put some damn turf on the field if you can't grow grass at a school of agriculture.
Come on.
First game a couple of years ago, and I'm sorry, you jumped off.
I jumped off the porch and you right now and brought you along with me,
brother. 2 years ago, first game of the season, I think it was Winston-Salem State, and a crackling sound system in stadium. I'm back at athletics, but a crackling sound system in stadium that was unacceptable. You've had an entire year to test that system and get it right before you open the gates of game one of a season at a STEM school that's got robots delivering food to kids in the dorm.
And autonomous vehicles driving around.
F out of here.
Exactly.
F out of here.
Here's what I would say, because I have lived my life, at least for the majority of my adult life. I don't like bringing problems to the table without bringing solutions. And I used to tell anybody who worked for me, hey man, we got a problem. Well, what's your solution? Because I'm not here to solve the problems. I'll listen, but I want you to solve the problem, or at least let's solve it together. You just listed a few things. Aggie Athletic Foundation.
Great concept.
Board of Visitors. An endowment. Season ticket holder now for however many years.
Years.
Same here. I get a lot of calls from A&T kids. Hey, Mr. Bryant, this is Joe calling to see if you would like to contribute to X. Anytime I'm on a town hall, there's always an ask. And most of the time when there's an ask, I dig in my pocket. And I'm more apt to do that now than ever before because I understand where this thing is going or where they're trying to take it. So our schools are going to need our support, the support of alumni.
Yep.
Um, here's a simple ask. You don't have to hire outside sources to do this. It's called, back in our days, it was called study hall. Kids need money to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Give them some study hall. Let them, you should have data that says anybody who's been a season ticket holder for 5 years or more, anyone who's contributed X amount of dollars to the Board of Visitors, anybody who's contributed X amount of dollars to scholars to an endowment, pick up the phone, give them a call. As a matter of fact, I can do you one better. You're a STEM school. As a matter of fact, you're working on an AI accredited program.
Mm-hmm.
You can use agentic AI. And I don't know what I'm talking about because I've been dealing with this probably now for 2 years, dealing with AI and looking into AI for my job and everything else. Agentic AI could actually call you and say, "Hey, Mr. Humphrey, this is Darren. I'm calling to see if you're interested. I see you've been a season ticket holder for 5 years now. I'm calling to see if you're interested in being a season ticket holder for this upcoming football season."
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, great. How many tickets would you like? Boom. Great. If you don't mind, I'll now be taking your credit card information. And this is how agentic AI works.
Yeah.
Credit card information given. Great, Mr. Humphrey. You're all confirmed. Here's your confirmation number.
Yeah.
Expect your tickets in the mail in 4 weeks, whatever that looks like.
Right.
Tickets should show up.
Yep.
So either A, hire real students to do it and let them get paid from a work study standpoint, or B, your STEM program. Agentic AI is real. You're now launching an AI program. What better way to kind of beta a program than something like this?
And you and I both know influencers online.
Mm-hmm.
Various podcasters,
Mm-hmm.
E-commerce folks who are using it today.
This is a direct to consumer play. It's tickets.
Direct to consumer play.
It's D2C.
I get those calls, for something that I had joined, and this particular person, stock market guru, had this technology in play, and I've gotten it from different people, and literally will get that call, that text, that email. Yo, Mike, what's going on? What's up, man? What's up today? You getting it? You getting at it? The first one I got, I was like, yo, dude, does he know me?
Right.
I mean, I know I follow him, but it was so personal that it pulled you in. Again, but this is technology that's available. And again, we talk about the university has got the sole undergraduate AI program in the state of North Carolina, the first.
And here's the other thing. And this goes back to my product development days. Take a subset of the season ticket holder population.
Yep.
Reach out to Jim and say, we would like for you to be part of an alpha or a beta. Test with that subset.
Yeah.
How you get them to participate is offer them free tickets.
Right.
I mean, and it doesn't have to be 1,000 people. It could be 100 people. It's a subset.
Right.
Offer them free tickets, and work this beta or alpha on them. Get it right. Say, hey, we're going to keep calling you. We're going to keep reaching out. You're going to get a lot of outreach. But what we're doing is making sure this works from end to end.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not complaining without a solution.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
that's my solution or part of it.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm not even going to get into the lodging because I jumped on the Sheraton at exactly. As a matter of fact, I had it up. It's not like I didn't have it up and tried to get on. As
Right.
soon as noon hit, I hit enter, and my wife hit enter. She was number 300 in line. She didn't go to school there, and I'm number 700 in line. And I think you guys were like 1,000 in line.
1,000.
And
And hit go at noon.
yeah, the moment I saw I was number 700, I was like, well, there goes my room.
Well,
Like, I don't have 700 rooms.
Interestingly enough, because of the level of giving, I'm a part of the chancellor's circle. So they made rooms available earlier, got on, immediately got an error. And for some time after that, got an error, and an error, and an error. Days later, they came on and announced there was a glitch in the system. So even that piece had not worked. Made it available again. I'm not watching email all day long. And so even that was an opportunity that really snuck and got away. But again, in the situation that we're in, and I love my university. In a lot of situations, to me, their issues seem to be capacity issues, whether it's the ticket office or years ago when looking at a career change, I had to get a transcript. I'm also a graduate of Wake Forest.
Yep.
I got my Wake Forest transcript online in 10 minutes. I got my A&T transcript. It was close to a month.
By mail.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
For a STEM-based university. And year after year after year, we're recognized with U.S. News and World Report and the others as one of the best. I'm like, what is everyone else doing?
Man,
that's a scary thought.
Yeah.
But we've all got to do better in that regard. But again, I think in some cases it really is a matter of capacity and just not having the workforce in some instances to do so. But I'm like, support it with your students.
Well, that and your workforce has to give a damn.
Yeah. I now work in city government, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Which I've seen some I don't give a damn attitude.
Niggas in local politics. Just gonna put it out there. And it's the same thing on college campuses. And it has been that way forever. I remember going to the Dudley building, try to register for classes, try to change classes or whatever. Sister looks up at me, and the first thing she said out of her mouth was social. Not hello, not how I can help. How can I help you? Mm-hmm. Social. Me being a smart 18-year-old, I looked up at her and said, bourgeois. And she's like, what is that? I'm like, I thought you were asking me for my social status. It's bourgeoisie. She got pissed off. But she started it. So anyway, man, I'm tripping. So, man, I think there's probably people who said, every time I turn around, these brothers are talking about A&T. Here's the deal. You won't find any group of people who love their school more than people who attended A&T.
No. It's cult-like. The love is truly cult-like.
It's cult-like. We can talk about our school.
Yeah.
Because we've given it money. We've attended. we've stood in the lines to register. We've done all of the we've done all of the above.
Yep.
Can't nobody else talk about it
Yep.
because we'll fight.
Right.
We'll fight. So yeah, man. I again, bro. I had to get that off, and it is
Yeah.
what it is. What it did, honestly, and in all seriousness, we had Soul of the Man podcast plans for
Hmm.
football games and for homecoming,
Yep.
and it has slightly derailed those plans.
Yep.
But as they say, when one door closes, God opens another.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we
And
still coming.
the one that's been open
We
is
still coming.
special. It
Special.
is special. I literally we had a conversation yesterday, and I told you about literally praying when after I stopped bawling, praying, and my kid comforting me, saying, "Dad, you good? It's all good. We're gonna be all right, and this ain't on you." And saying, "Lord, I don't know why, but I'm not gonna press it. I'm not gonna press it. Um, whatever this season is supposed to be, uh, your will be done.
There it is.
Literally, whatever this season is supposed to be, your will be done." And another door opened that's more special,
Mhm.
more special and more purposeful,
That part.
because we're at that age truly where we've been on the grind, in something to some degree, still on the grind, but we've been on the grind. We've chased careers, we've had success in careers, we've had our victories, our fails, our setbacks, and those setbacks are just as important as the victories.
Yep.
And but you get here, and folks will say, "Man, 60 is not that old." Well, we are an interesting generation too, where it doesn't feel that old. Um, we grew up in a dope era. We saw hip hop come into being, and a whole lot of things that went along with that. But the cultures around the world are still trying to duplicate. That's our generation.
Yes.
But you get to this point and you really start thinking about legacy and purpose, and we talk about it often. So this pivot, these doors that seem to be opening up, more and more and more, really are playing to our purpose.
That's it.
And I can live with that. They say those things that knock you down, it's not about being knocked down, but how do you handle it? How
That's
do
it.
you handle it? Yeah.
And on that note, because we are pushing forward, we're stacking these bricks, and I don't mean bricks like a kingpin. We're stacking bricks. We're building a foundation, and have been for the last 2 years. Um, if you watch this episode, and when you do, I ask you to please, 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 please share it with someone.
Yeah.
It- has there been anything I think earth shattering out of this episode? Probably not. It's just us talking and getting some things off our chest,
Mhm.
as boys.
Yep.
But the whole objective is to get people to continue to follow us and continue to follow. And if it's not this episode you share, share another one because
Yeah.
we've got some dope 40. This will be number 46.
Yeah.
And we got some dope episodes.
Yeah.
And I think we have an episode that would fit a situation going on in everybody's life, at least one.
Yeah.
So share something.
Right.
We're at an age now where a lot of us have been divorced.
Yeah.
Share dating after divorce, 1 and 2. There's just a number of things, situations that we think we have an episode that could cover.
Yeah.
So I ask and I plead that if you're watching this, please share it. Share clips. Follow us on our social at the Soul of a Man Podcast, Instagram, TikTok. And if you're too old for TikTok, give it to your kids. Tell them to follow. We say some stuff for the younger folks as well. We have some stuff.
Yeah.
We're on TikTok and we do okay on TikTok.
Right.
YouTube, everything is at the Soul of a Man Podcast. We have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We're striving towards that purpose. We got some things right at our fingertips that we're going to share in the very, very near future. We got to put some things together and finalize some things, but we'll be sharing. And we need you all to help push the ball down the field, so to speak, to help us get this thing across the goal line. Because again, we've self-funded this.
Yep.
It has not been cheap. Even when we do StreamYard, we're paying for a platform. We're paying for a platform to edit clips. When we shoot in person, we're paying for equipment. We're paying for space. We're paying for someone that our AV guy to edit. We need to get some money back if it's doing nothing else but paying for what we're doing, the podcast. Am I looking for it to pad my pockets? No, it would be nice, but at least if it paid for itself, that would be great. And the only way we can do that is to increase our followers, subscribers, and viewership.
Right.
Right. Man, we just got on and chopped it up tonight.
Yeah.
You know, again, nothing earth shattering, nothing that people probably didn't know. For those of you who can resonate with the homecoming situation, God bless. Let's keep giving. It's Aggies over everybody. Aggies over everybody. That's all I got, man.
Yeah. Much love. Much love to the whole HBCU family, though.
No doubt.
It's special. It's nothing like it on the planet. Being in New York for the number of years that I was there, New York was a big draw. Howard was a big draw for kids from New York. Howard and Hampton, Dale State, Eastern Shore. So I've had the pleasure of making friends and building bonds with those folks. Of course, being in North Carolina with 9 schools, I think it is. Our arch rival up the road a little way in the Carolinas.
Little brother.
Yeah. We talk a bunch of junk but they are putting out some academics, some stellar folks, as always.
All love.
And it's been great from my vantage point as well, with some friends in the Atlanta area who came through the AU Center. Whether it was Clark, Morehouse, Spelman, Morris Brown.
Shout out to Morris Brown for getting back in the game.
Yeah. That's special. That's special. Hate to see any of them fall off, or God forbid go under. And I over the years have had the pleasure of meeting some really dope folks from JSU. It just happened to fall right in the Deion era. Well, I actually knew them before Deion got there. and some really, really, really dope folks, that I've encountered from there, and all points in between. And I'm so glad that I came through that culture.
Yep.
I am, in all of the issues that can exist there. It made me, and certainly at the time that we came through A&T, it made you really tough. It made you really, really, really tough. So by the time I got to New York, over a decade later, it was like, y'all ain't got nothing on shorty over in financial aid. You ain't said nothing to me I ain't heard before.
Social.
You have said absolutely positively nothing. You have called me absolutely positively nothing that I haven't been called. Everything but a child of God. So yeah, I don't care where you from. You from New York, you from Brooklyn, you from the Bronx. So what? I had to deal with Miss Jackson over in the cafeteria, and she was no joke. So again, it was a toughness, but a love as well. Certainly in that era of professors and assistants and instructors who wanted you to make it, were really pulling for you to make it, and knew as Black men and women in the world that you were going out into, you needed some tough love at times to make sure you were prepared.
Yep.
But am grateful, truly, truly, truly grateful for that HBCU experience, and just want us all to strive for excellence.
Yeah.
Strive for excellence.
No doubt, bro. The one thing I will say, and you mentioned it earlier, a lot of us have school kids who just started back to school or are starting back,
Yeah.
Regardless of what level, from elementary all the way up through college.
Yeah.
I pray that this is a solid school year for all of our kids. I pray God's strength. I pray a hedge of protection around our kids, regardless of what grade. Schools are crazy these days with, active shooters and stuff going on campus. So I pray God's hand on all of our students, all of our schools, to our HBCU students. Man, y'all go get it.
Yeah.
Y'all go get it. I don't care what school you're attending, A&T, Central, I don't care where.
Right.
Go get it. Be excellent.
Yeah.
Have an amazing school year. Parents, keep your head up. Our kids, they got it. And let's just be there to support them and offer a soft place to land should they need to land.
Right. Right.
Hey man, that's all I got, bro.
Yeah, and I'm just going to end and say this, just piggybacking on you talking earlier about the support. We encourage you all to. We've got a great family of followers and supporters. Do not hesitate to reach out to us via the various social networks with ideas that you've got for show topics.
There you go.
We want to bring what you want to hear. Darren and I had started at the very beginning and said, hey, there's a lot of relationship podcasts that are out there. There are a lot of podcasts that are out there that are kind of controversial, argumentative, and we've seen them even on the big scale come and go. And ours was to maintain, our integrity and truly try and uplift, as we started, Black men, and it still is. But as Darren often says, we realize very quickly, Black man is nothing without Black women. And so we are so grateful for our sisters joining in these conversations and being equally as big supporters of ours. So we encourage you, please hit us up with show topics of interest to you and suggest guests.
There you go.
Suggest guests, or you may be the guest. But again, don't come with the problem. Bring the solution and your topic.
There it is.
All right, man.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure catching up, brother. Can't wait to share some good news with everyone in real near future. This has been the Soul of a Man podcast, just the two of us, the Wonder Twins, and we out.